In recent days, the main military development on the Donbas front lines was the storming of the town of Liman in the north of the Donetsk People's Republic. Krasny Liman is one of the first cities that was captured by the Ukrainian army with heavy fighting in June of 2014. The clashes in the area resumed weeks ago when the Russian military approached the nearby villages and took control of Yampol. Amid fierce resistance of the Ukrainian units, Russian-led forces entered Liman from the north on May 23rd. During the fighting, 2 bridges across the Seversky Donetsk River were destroyed. As a result, Ukrainian servicemen left their positions. On May 26th, the Russian military claimed control over Liman. The Armed Forces of Ukraine, AFU, acknowledged the loss. Mop-up operations continue in the villages and forests to the south of the town. A further offensive of Russian troops in this area is hampered by the need to cross the Seversky Donetsk River, where the threat of attacks by Ukrainian forces on Russian units is high. Thus, it is expected that the Russian command will not continue active offensive operations in the region, but will concentrate forces for operations in the Severodonetsk-Lysychansk area, where the Ukrainian grouping of about 10,000 servicemen remains cut off from the main supply routes and risks being caught in a strategic encirclement in the near future. Fighting continues on the outskirts of Severodonetsk. Russian-led forces attack the AFU positions in the city but have avoided entering into street fighting thus far. Fierce clashes reached the bus station in the eastern district of Severodonetsk. Russian forces stormed the town of Borovskoye to the south of the city. Chechen units claimed that they had entered the city of Lysychansk. Fighting likely reached the city's outskirts. One of the main battlefields in the Donbass is the front along the Seversk-Soldar-Bakhmut-Toretsk line. The joint Russian DPR and LPR forces are advancing from the east. They have already cut off the road between Bakhmut and Lysychansk in Belogorovka and Narhone. The last Ukrainian stronghold in the east in Zolotoye is almost surrounded. On the Donetsk front lines, fierce fighting for Avdiivka continues. The front lines in the region have remained almost unchanged since 2015. The DPR Battalion Somalia and other units supported by Russian forces are advancing to the eastern outskirts of Avdiivka from Novoselkovy and Novobakhmutova. So far, the DPR units have managed to secure a foothold along the route to Konstantinovka. At the same time, joint forces are advancing from the southeastern direction from the village of Spartak. Clashes reach the industrial zone, which has been the scene of heavy clashes for 8 years.